Hey you guys, how's it going? I decided to not record this video live just because my battery is really low. So I'm hoping that I can get all that I want to say in right now, but I didn't want it to cut off in the middle of a live. So I'm recording this as a separate video. I'm going to post it as soon as I can, but I wanted to share this message while the inspiration was really present with me right now. Some of you know I've been sick for most of this week. I've had a cough, not much of a voice, but I was so happy that I was feeling well enough today so that I could go to this event that I had been booked in for. I've been at a conference today. It's all happening again tomorrow here in Calgary. It's called Delicious Divas, and it's just this really beautiful, transformative event. I found out about it in a very serendipitous way, and I got invited to it in a very serendipitous way, and it's just been a really magical experience all around. With tons of learning and tons of breakthroughs in life and business, and it's just been really valuable, and I can't wait to share more and more about this as I process more of what's come up for me. But one of the things I really wanted to talk about right in the moment, one of the very first exercises we did in this beautiful transformative day today, was to do a guided meditation where we were invited to forgive someone in our lives. And, what's so beautiful in these moments is, if I were to list, maybe 10, 20 people in my life that I might have thought would have popped into my mind, I would have been wrong. The person that popped into my mind was someone from childhood. I don't even remember their name, probably wouldn't be able to pick them out of a lineup, but it was a dance instructor that I had, age 6. Picture little me in a pink leotard in the ballet class, and really this was this moment that's burned in my brain where, I'm standing there with my friends, and the dance instructor, out of everyone, pointed to me and said, "Look, everyone, it looks like Chelsea had a really big supper." So just immediately the shame and the embarrassment that I felt about there's something being wrong with my body. And this is something, fast forward to present day, this whole experience has popped into my mind multiple times, and when I experience it, I've never actually taken the time to forgive this woman. It's just been this residual thing, and it keeps coming back. And interestingly enough, it's shaped a lot of who I am today. It's held me back in certain ways. I've given away so much of my own power to this person. Again, I can't even, for the life of me, I wouldn't be able to tell you her name. But in and of itself, it's just been this big learning for me. The fact that she popped up, the fact that, even right now, I had a baby 2 years ago. I've been working on my business. I haven't been eating well lately. Admittedly, I haven't been really exercising lately, and my stomach, my middle area, has been this area of just a huge amount of self-consciousness for myself. So I find it so interesting. It's probably because I still haven't forgiven this woman. It's so fascinating to me that she popped up. I quit dance very shortly after that happened. Who wants to go somewhere? And I know a lot of dancers put up with being body shamed, but I was having none of it. Even though I quit, though, it stayed with me for so long. I'm in dance now, and I've been in the beginner level for quite a while now, and I have this yearning to get better at it. And what the other epiphany that's come up for me over the last couple of days is I keep telling myself I'm too old. I'm too old to get better at it. I'm just going to stay beginner forever. But what I find so interesting is these two things are tied together. So it's been a huge revelation for me in my own self-care, my own self-love, and my own ability to forgive someone that, I tell this story. I've told this story for years without actually taking the time to forgive what happened, to forgive this woman, because, she's not the only person in the world that's ever body shamed someone. I mean, dance in and of itself has historically been a sport where body shaming runs rampant. And I love being part of a dance troupe where there are women of all shapes and sizes embracing who they are, embracing their bodies. And I've really begun to start to do that for myself. But that being said, I've also allowed it to hold me back. I've allowed my age to hold me back, And so this is just a double revelation this last week for me. Number one, to forgive this initial thing that happened way back in my childhood, and also to really remind myself it's never too late. You know, I talk about the comeback queen all of the time, but even me, you know, even though I've been through all sorts of things, I feel like I'm about to go through yet another comeback. We are always reinventing ourselves. We are always relearning. We are always getting better, getting closer to who we are, closer to the essence. And sometimes we have these